numbers, man. I can't believe.
The first string's back. The first string's back.
How do I know?
Yeah, sure, you gonna make sense.
Try to get a roster. I mean, they got the book. I think they just changed all their numbers. Well, let's see.
Welcome to a semifinal men's game here at our Pulley. And you're the official announcer for the men's version of our Pulley League.
Johnson.
One quick note.
3 Cartwright. That's not good.
Renee Pulley will be giving out some handouts out here. Got some t-shirts he'll be giving out tonight. And he's also got a
Okay, that's him. Yeah. 11 is
uniform here of sorts
Jabbar.
that he's giving away. Can you hold that up, please? Yes, pants are included. So ladies, you're also eligible for this giveaway. And we'll do that sometime during the game. Our 2 teams tonight, we've got
Okay, this is
Athletes Pals, sponsored by Marty Henrietta Clinician. Your starters will be Jabbar Washington, number 1. Mitch Onstead, number 11. Those 2 will be attending Cal Poly as well out in California. Trevor Winter, number 34.
Let me switch seats.
Number 2, Brett Beeson. And number 37, Kip Christensen. They'll be going up against Orenstein Rose. Orenstein started number 3, Russell Smith. Number 34, Ron Johnson. And 33, correction, Ken Johnson.
Carpenter. And more.
I do it every time. Number 33, Phil Cartwright. Number 21, Brian Carpenter. And the aging ageless wonder, number 11, Glenn Washington. Those are your starters.
Hey, you know what?
Rose.
Try to get the first names off the book if you can real quick. When you get this done. Check the book. You ready? Trev.
The winner of this game will go on to play at 8:45 tomorrow night against the undefeated high KMOJ.
Good evening and welcome everybody to Central High Gymnasium, the old Central High School. Now Richard Green Elementary School, and this is still the old Central Gym here in South Minneapolis, right off of 35th and 4th. Here as we're ready to bring you a championship game for the Howard Pulley Pro-Am All-Star Game.
And for the Palace 37, Kip Christensen.
Just getting ready to start here. We'll give you the names and some of the starters out there in just a moment here. For the blue squad,
we're set here.
Smith, number 3, Cartwright, number 33, number 11, Glenn Washington, number 34, Johnson, and number 21,
rebound, Phil Cartwright, stolen back by Mitch Onstead.
Moore. Just underway, 9:45 to go here. We're going to work through here as we get the starters in. We don't have the starters available, so we're going to make our best here to get through this. Just starting out. Well, this is the championship games here for the 2 teams playing the vie and go to the championship, which will be Wednesday night here. And 2 points now for Cartwright. This is Athletes Palace in the maroon against Orenstein in the blue.
Trevor Winter.
And Winter scores his first 2 points of the game. 2-2, we're tied here. Brian Carpenter will bring the ball down the floor. Into Cartwright. Cartwright turns, shot from 6 off the mark.
Rebound, stolen back.
And Beeson.
The ball goes over to the Palace.
And out of bounds off of blue.
got 8:56 and 8:58.
And Beeson had control of it prior to that. And down will come Athletes Palace. Shot off by Winter, misses by 6. Carpenter will run the offense. Back to Carpenter, shoot from 24. Just off the mark, and Washington pulls it down. You may remember Jabbar Washington played in 3 North High State Championship teams. Beeson with the drive and the deuce. And Beeson's got his first 2 of the night. Nice move. Off the mark there by Moore.
On the line, ball goes over to the Palace.
And I'm sorry, check that. Washington loses it. And Palace will check it in. Onstead, Washington will kick it in the Winter. Cross side, Onstead to Beeson. Beeson from 10, just off the mark. And Christensen draws the foul. Well, it'd be safe to say right now it's the big guys versus the little guys. Winter and Beeson both standing at about 7 foot.
First team foul at the line is shooting 2.
4-2.
Will be Kip Christensen.
Athletes Palace on top so far.
Free throw good.
And Christensen hits the first one. And Christensen with the second.
Christensen's second free throw is good.
Now 6-2. Athletes Palace. And Orenstein rose, and there's going to be a foul called.
First team foul.
And that's going to go against Beeson. And they're set to inbound. Carpenter with the fake. Drives. Up strong, and he'll draw the foul off the big guy.
That fouls and Kip Christensen on the drive.
We may remember Brian Carpenter, the class of 1990 from Washburn High School.
Brian Carpenter.
One of the star athletes there. His father played basketball back in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe. Here, a lot of bloodline with the Carpenters. Of course, his younger brother playing for the Washburn State team. That was the first team to start the series of 4 teams winning the state tournament here. And the second free throw is good. 2 points now for Carpenter, 6-4. Athletes Palace on top. Jabbar pulls up from 6.
Jabbar Washington with a hanging jump.
And Washington gets his first 2 of the game.
Rebound, Jabbar Washington.
Washington will push it down. Shot off the mark there. And Athlete Palace will set it up. Brian Young all by myself here this evening as we'll bring you the radio. For those of you there. And that's a big shot by Onstead. And this is Johnson. He'll pull from deep, off the mark. Onstead will push it down the floor. He's got the numbers. He'll wait. Nice look to Washington off the hands. And a little bit discouraged there, Onstead, as he looks at him. Keep the hands up, he says. Jabbar knew he had that one. 11-4, Athletes Palace on top. 6:41 remaining in the first quarter. Carpenter in trouble. Cartwright. And with the turning 8-footer. Cartwright's got 2. Onstead, he'll give it to Beeson. Beeson drives and the deuce. 4 points for Beeson in this one. As they try to trim it down there.
Second personal. Count. Correction. First personal at the line is shooting 2. Excuse me. Correction at the line is shooting 1 red Beeson. That bucket was good.
Glad you could join us this evening for the championship games. The winners will advance to the finals. Keep your eyes open for those games as well. And that was Moore, and Moore, check that, Carpenter. Nice move by Onstead. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Johnson. He'll kick it ahead. Nice look to Carpenter.
Brian Carpenter, and one.
And the deuce for Carpenter. 4 points right now.
Fouls on Mitch Onstead. That's Mitch's first personal. 13 foul line, shooting 1 on the end one.
Beautiful assist by Smith on that one. Let's take another look at that one. Here he goes under the basket. Lays it right back. Carpenter up for the nice deuce. Back to action here. And he hits the free throw. 5 points now for Carpenter early in this one. 13-9, Athletes Palace over Orenstein. Semi-final game. Washington going to Cal Poly in the fall. Off the mark, kept alive. Here comes Carpenter. He'll push the floor. He's got the numbers. Nice look down low. Smith out to the corner. And Battle scores his first 2 points of the game. And Onstead.
Count the basket, Mitch Onstead.
Nice shot by Onstead.
That foul on Brian Carpenter. That's Brian's first personal. Count the bucket.
5 points for Onstead early in this one. We'd like to welcome all of our affiliates across the radio broadcast network, as well as those joining us on the television broadcast side. Ryan Young here along with John Erickson and Travis Ford, and we're at Central High Gymnasium. 16-11. Cartwright turns from 8, shot off the glass. Rebound, Athletes Palace, they'll push it. Onstead looks to get it in. Winter with the turnaround from 4, off the mark, crashed by Christensen. Winter back up from 3, and he hits it. Winter with 4 points in this one. 16-11. Athletes Palace. Carpenter will bring it down across the timeline. He'll hit a 3. Pull up from inside the 3-point line. And that's a 2-pointer, 2 steps inside of the 3-point line here. And Jabbar Washington will take it across the free throw line, and he's going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against Smith. Whole mass substitutions now for Orenstein Rose.
Washington, number 23, Wesley Kellogg, and number 1, Mike Green.
Kellogg and Green checking in.
Brian Carpenter and Russell Smith.
Mass substitutions on the blue side, the Orenstein. Athletes Palace will set it up top. Onstead. He'll work the 3-point arc. Fakes right, crossover. Drives, nice look. And he tried to dish it back to Winter. And off the hands, he's going to draw the foul on the drive.
Well, off the back, foul number 1, Mike Green. That's Mike's first personal.
4:31 remaining here in the first quarter, 16-13.
Shooting 2 will be Trevor Winter.
We're pleased to bring you the simulcast as well as the television broadcast here through the RSN radio and television networks.
Free throw good.
And the free throws are good. Pass down in the box. He's going to draw the foul. Going up strong is Kellogg's.
That foul's on Brett Beeson. That's Brett's second personal. 14 foul.
Kellogg will step to the line as he draws the foul, going up strong. He'll shoot 2. And he drains the first one. Nice shot by Kellogg. And he'll try to sink the second one. He will. And he'll pull Orenstein within 4 early in this one. 4:22 in the first quarter. Washington will bring it across the timeline. He'll kick it to the corner. Beeson will pull from deep outside the 3-point arc at 28 feet. Washington at top. And he's going to draw the foul, and that's going to go against Green.
Mike Green. That's Mike's second.
And Green will pick up his second personal foul early in this one.
Bonus both ways. And the line shooting 2 will be Jabbar Washington. Jabbar Washington will be attending Cal College down to this one. Formerly a graduate of North Texas.
4:09 remaining. Washington will step to the line as he attempts to drain the free throws and hits the first.
First free throw good.
And the second one good as well. 4 points for Washington, 2 from the line, 2 from the field. Back to action, Battle. Working it in down low. Orenstein turns around. And the shot by Cartwright. Cartwright with a nice spin turnaround. Orenstein will bring it across the timeline. Winter with the push, wanted to call, no call off Cartwright. They'll kick it and run the floor. Tries to shoot it across down low to Kellogg's, you can't do it. And Green tries to get it to Kellogg's, can't, back in, and a reverse for Battle. Nice shot by Battle for 4 points for Battle in this one. Orenstein moving quickly now. Jabbar Washington has it across the time. And a travel's going to be called on Washington. They're really pressuring the young guy from North High. They're really going to need him to step up here this evening. This is a great opportunity for some of the younger guys to get an opportunity to play with some of the older guys here at the Howard Pulley Pro-Am Leagues. And we're going to take a break for our broadcast networks across the radio and across the television waves. You're listening to and watching Regional Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back here to Central Gymnasium in South Minneapolis. Trav, we're going live on radio too, so just bear with us here. Testing, 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 testing. Up. Mine.
How you doing, Johnny? What's the rules ball?
Back to action here at Central Gymnasium. 21-19. Athletes Palace on top. And an offensive charge. And that's going to go on Washington. And Washington did not like that one. Disappointed with that one. Here comes Athletes Palace. Orenstein will drive it across the line with quick hands. Pulls up just inside the free throw line. Off the mark. They'll run it. Pass down to Kellogg's. Won't get it to fall, and tipped in by Battle. And Battle a big contributor earlier in this one. 6 points now for Battle. Orenstein will set it up for Athletes Palace in the corner. Off the mark, 4-footer, misses off the mark by Winter. And down comes Orenstein. Turnaround from 8, off the mark. Washington battles for the rebound. Orenstein pulls it down. He does not have the numbers. Looks to Jabbar inside and decides not to throw the pass. Beeson will set it up now and run it from the top. 2:17 remaining, tie game, 21 all. Beeson drives inside, 20 feet, won't fall. And Washington with the shot. Great shot for Washington. Six points now for Washington early in this one. Cartwright held out at about 8, and they're going to call the illegal defense call. Again, these are the NBA rules here, in case you're not familiar with us. We do follow the NBA rules here, and all the shot clocks, illegal defenses, all that is in play here. Set to inbound is Washington. He'll inbound it right in front of the bench. Gets a pat from behind, lobs it in. Nice try by Battle, but they can't convert. Orenstein. He'll wait for the rest of the team. Pull from 26, won't fall. Rebound Battle. Battle will push it. Does not have the numbers, but kicks back for a 10-footer off the mark. And an easy lay-in by Washington. And Washington gets his first 2. 2 points as Jabbar brings it down. 23 all. Tie game 112 in the first quarter. Washington drives and a block. Oh. Athletic move by Washington, a one-hander leaner. And he tries to roll it in off the glass. He draws the foul. And Carpenter will check in for Green here, as Washington will go to the line. Washington, his second trip to the line this evening. And he hits the first one. 3 now from Washington at the line. He's 3 for 3. Try to go 4 for 4 here, and he does.
Second free throw good. That's 4 in a row for Washington.
8 points now for Washington in this one. Shot! Oh, battle! 2 points for Battle. He is now has 8 in the game. Battle has been a strong force. Onstad drives it across. Tough pressure by Carpenter. He'll try to get some support. Carpenter, good defense. Pick set up top. Orenstein loses him. Oh, and off the mark as he tries to lay in a nice left-hander. They'll get out and run the floor. Pass up to Carpenter. Carpenter double dribbles as he tries to get it to Cartwright. Trying to work the ball around was Carpenter. They had the numbers. He tried to dish it back, and it was off the hands. 38 seconds remaining, 25-25, semifinal game here. Athletes Palace against Orenstein. Onstad will set it up from up top. He'll work it. Carpenter on him. Carpenter backs off. He thinks about the 3. Onstad, back to Onstad now. Oh, what a shot! Oh, man, no range here.
28-25,
8 points now for Onstad. Carpenter tries to match it. Shot off the mark. Air ball, nice block by Christensen. Beeson will pull it down, and he'll try to run the floor. He'll slow it up now. Being guarded Beeson from 27 off the mark. Rebound Cartwright. And that'll be the buzzer.
That's the end of the first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter here from Central Gymnasium. An exciting first quarter. And we'll be right back here to Central Gymnasium with some first quarter stats as well as some information about the upcoming Pro-Am All-Star game that will be seen here throughout your local and regional television and radio stations. Stay tuned. You're listening to RSN and watching RSN television and radio networks across the great Midwest. We'll be right back.
Oh, okay. The commissioner said he's going to pick 2 people. Pick 2 people.
I can't believe dudes be getting away wearing low tops. How? How do you wear low tops as a ball? Okay, good. I was wondering why I could remember them all. All right. You got to stay with the same angle, buddy. I hate to tell you that. Okay.
It'll be the Palace's ball.
Okay. Welcome back here. We'll go down some of the first quarter totals for you as we're just underway in the second quarter here from Central Gymnasium. Shot off the mark there by Christensen. He'll draw the foul. That'll go against number 11, Glenn Washington. Jabbar Washington with 8 points. Onstad with 9 for Athletes Palace. Trevor Winter with 5. And for Orenstein, Battle has 8, coming in there contributing greatly in that first quarter, end of the first quarter, subbing in there. Brian Carpenter was 7 and Cartwright was 6. 28-25.
The first free throw is good by Christensen.
And Christensen will hit the first of his 2 free throws here. The big guys haven't got started yet, but one thing to note here in this game is that Athletes Palace only has 5 guys here this evening. Only 5 for them here. They'll try to run anyways. Carpenter will set it up. He'll pass it in. Cartwright will muscle down low. He'll try to do a turnaround off the board. And Ralph Dixon will make the call.
That foul on number 34, Trevor Winter.
And the foul is going to go against Winter.
First team foul.
I tell you, Cartwright's been in these leagues for years. He's tough to stop, especially when he starts twisting and turning and throwing up those off-balance hooks. They're always good. (30-25), 9:37 left in the second quarter. We're here at Central Gymnasium in South Minneapolis for the semifinal game of the Howard Pulley Pro-Am Summer Leagues. This is where the players come to showcase their talents and get themselves ready for the regular season. The majority of these players are going to college or playing pro ball somewhere. It's an exciting time down here. Beeson for Athletes Palace. He'll drive and draw the foul.
That foul's on number 21, Brian Carpenter. That's Brian's second personal
and
foul.
Carpenter will pick up his second personal foul.
At the line shooting 2 will be number 2, Brett Beeson.
Yeah, number 2 all the calls, man. He ain't made moves yet. That's how I play great defense on him. Play great defense on him.
Well, it's 30-26. He'll try to make that 31, and they will. Only with 5 guys. And that's the difference right now, 5 points. 5 guys and 5 points.
Second free throw good.
6 points now, and the second free throw is good for Beeson. 32-26. Carpenter will bring it across the timeline, one-on-one. He'll try to ISO. Tries to cross over, tries to look it in, and Orenstein. The foul's going to actually go against Carpenter. Orenstein and Carpenter face to face there. Orenstein tried to get his hands in front of there and evidently knocked the ball away, and Carpenter fouled him trying to get back. That's Carpenter's third. Watch that fouls there. Carpenter is the spark plug of this team. Him and Battle have been strong so far. And a 10-footer is good by Christensen. 6 points now for Christensen. Carpenter will set it up, feed it into Cartwright. Cartwright will battle. Push, a little shoving and pushing against Winter. Turn around for Mate, off the glass! Oh, Cartwright getting excited. 9 points now for Cartwright. Orenstein back at the other end. And I tell you, these guys really shoot the lights out. Not much D here tonight so far. 11 now for Orenstein. Playing well. Beeson off the shot. Rebound. Here comes Battle. Battle will pull it on. He's got the numbers. 3-on-3. Had the 3-on-2, but he waited up. Beeson now 3-on-2, and he'll go with the left-hander off the glass. Beeson with the bucket. 8 points now for Beeson. And this is going to force him to take a timeout. Orenstein's going to think about this one. 38-28, a 10-point lead now for the Athletes Palace. Stay tuned. You'll be right back. You're listening to and watching the RSN radio and television networks across the great Midwest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yes, it is. We'll be giving a couple of these shirts away to a couple lucky fans in the audience. And these shirts will be given away by the commissioner.
Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up, suck. Oh, all the people just saw you do that.
Two Howard Pulley shirts will be given away here next time out. Two very nice Howard Pulley t-shirts I may add.
Welcome back to Central Gymnasium. Ryan Young here, bringing you the radio broadcast across our great RSN Midwest radio networks, as well as the television broadcast. 38-28, a 10-point lead now for Athletes Palace, and they are on a 10-3 run this second quarter. Carpenter will start it out. Carpenter will drive, tries to shake left. Nice, Carpenter, nice bucket. He faked left, cut right, went up with the roll, and Carpenter now has 8 points in this one. Beeson, big block. Oh, what a block. Oh, and Orenstein drains the 3. 14 points for Orenstein. Cartwright had rejected it. Orenstein grabbed the rejection and puts up the 3. Carpenter tries to shake and bake with the crossover. In the Cartwright will turn around from 5. And a two-hand turnaround you hear there. Five-footer from him.
Oh, that big counter.
And now Beeson driving strong.
The foul on the blocking foul on number 3, Phil Cartwright. That's Phil's third personal.
Trying to catch up there on the action. I apologize for that.
Eveline shooting the one on the end line.
The Orenstein bench very excited about that last call. They were looking for the foul. Didn't get one. Meanwhile, on the other end, Beeson drives strong and draws it. Misses the free throw. And down will come Orenstein. They'll try to pass it in. Oh! And he caught his own ball. It appeared that Smith had caught his own air ball and put it right back up off a lob from Washington. That's Glenn Washington for Orenstein. We'll wait to see what the call is from the officials.
Oh, okay. On the alley and no, the basket is good. 7:02 in the first.
And the refs will count the basket. So 43-34, an awkward play. Back to action now. Orenstein will bring it down and set up the offense. He's up top. He'll work with Winter to his right, to his left. He'll try to get it into Christensen. Christensen will set on the box. Instead, he'll go to Washington at the free throw line. Washington spins with a nice move and lays it in. Finger roll. 10 points now for Washington. And that doesn't look like a freshman college play. That looks like a senior in college. 6:32, 45-34. Orenstein, deep shot. And Smith drains it. Oh. Smith drains the three. Beeson drives, and the deuce off the glass for Beeson. Washington had stepped in his way, and Beeson went right over him and put the deuce off the glass from about 6. So that will send Beeson back to the line with 6:16 here in the second quarter.
Free throw good.
And the free throw will count for Beeson. Down will come Orenstein. Washington will kick it to Cartwright. Cartwright's at about 6. He'll turn around with that two-hand shot. He'll miss air ball. And that will go out of bounds. It appears it'll be off Athletes Palace. Orenstein will maintain possession. And they will reset the shot clock and set the inbound is Smith. Smith will inbound it to the corner. Working around back in, Cartwright. Cartwright has it now at about 6. He's looking for an option. Back to Smith. Smith up with the left hand. Off the mark, won't get it. Here comes Beeson. Beeson will run the floor. On the left side, he'll pull up from 20. Just inside, Washington skies over them all. And a travel's the call. Tough call on Washington. He's had a couple of those tonight. And Carpenter will bring it down. Carpenter will set it up. He'll try to shake Orenstein. Drives. And he's going to draw the foul. Is that going to go on? It's going to go on Washington.
That's Jabbar's first personal.
And Washington picks up his first foul early in this one. 48-36, 5:35. The foul's going to be on Washington. That's going to send Carpenter to the line. He'll shoot 2. Hits the first. And Carpenter hits both of them. That's 11 points for Carpenter. Well, down will come Orenstein as they try to contain this, keep this lead here. Athletes Palace. Orenstein will kick it in the Winter. He'll do some moves. Has it knocked away. Christensen picks it up off the rebound, puts it up off the back of the rim, and here comes Orenstein. And Carpenter pulls for 3. Oh, what a veteran play. Comes down the floor and drains it from 25 feet, folks. And Washington will bring it down now. Washington turns, spins, initiates and draws the foul. That's going to go against Russell Smith.
Fourth personal foul.
Smith has picked up his fourth early in this one. And that should send Washington to the line. And just clarification that is 4 fouls. It is 4. And Washington shoots and hits the first one. And in comes Battle. Battle lit it up in the first quarter when he came in, scoring a quick 8 points and taking the leaderboard now. He'll check back in. And 12 points now for Washington as he hits both free throws. Carpenter pulls from 26 off the mark. Rebound Cartwright. Cartwright spins off the glass from 6. Over Washington, over Christensen. Check that. And down will come Athletes Palace. Onstad, nice shake and bake. Pulls from 30. Oh, man.
Shook him up.
What has gotten into them? Great shot by Onstad. Down comes Orenstein. They don't have time to look. Carpenter will pull from deep. What a shot! Right back at him, as if he spotted from the same spot. 17 points now for Carpenter. Instant offense. Onstad being guarded. Kicks it in, the Winter misses. Beeson tries to rebound. Down comes Glenn Washington. He's got the numbers. Kick to Cartwright. And a goaltending. Count it. That's going to go off Washington. Heck of a jump by Washington to get up and block it. And 53-48. Athletes Palace still in the lead, but they're threatening. Here comes Onstad, being guarded tightly by Carpenter. Carpenter playing tight D. Beeson fakes the 3. Comes inside. And a foul is going to be called.
The foul on Ken Johnson.
And that's going to go on Johnson. That's his first personal. But the fouls are starting to add up here in the first half for the Orenstein team.
At the line shooting 2 will be Brett Beeson.
53-48. Athletes Palace up.
Free throw good.
And the first one is good by Beeson. $14 points. He'll try to make it 15, and he does.
Free throw good by Beeson.
Beeson hits for the second one. And Carpenter will get the inbound from Washington. Carpenter will bring it across the timeline. 1-on-1. He'll pull from 30. Just off the mark. Cartwright tries to save it. Beeson tries to get in there. Battle keeps it alive for Washington. Washington drives back to Carpenter. Oh, he won't get the rebound, and Christensen will kick it out to Beeson. They've got the 3-on-3. Washington won't get it to fall from 18, and rebound Washington, Glenn Washington. Washington for Orenstein. He'll drive it down, he'll hold up. And they're gonna call the travel on Washington. Oh, he had him on the box. Johnson was there, he had him posted. He just crossed a little bit too much there. Hung on to it for a second. And Washington will inbound the ball. Here comes Onstad. Washington nonchalant up top. He'll give it to Onstad. Onstad is looking in. Nice behind the back to Winter. Winter on the box. Won't get it. Washington tries to do a two-hand dunk off the mark, and they got 3-on-2. Pass back to Carpenter. He misses, and Johnson gets the rebound, misses. Carpenter rebound off from 6, then Johnson gets the tip. What an exchange. They had the numbers, and I think you're starting to see Athletes Palace right now a little tired. They weren't able to get back 4 rebounds in that exchange, but they get the bucket and they cut it to 5. 55-50. We're going to take a break for our stations to identify themselves across the RSN radio and television network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mrs. Davis, you come on over here, Mrs. Davis. I got a t-shirt for you. I got a Howard Pulley t-shirt for you. I want you to have it, but you got to walk over here and get it. I can't get up right now. Side down.
Yeah.
Oh, in your behalf, you're going to send your daughter. Oh, you chicken, you.
Turn mine up. Turn his down. Well, he's just coming through probably
Hold that thing up, please. Just show your mom what she's getting. I got a bunch more you can give away. Hey, enjoy the shirt, Mr. Davis.
And welcome back to Central Gymnasium. Ryan Young here, bringing you the radio and television broadcast. Here, 55-50. Athletes Palace is up in this one. They started out the quarter in a 10-3 run, but it's been chipped away here by Orenstein. Orenstein will work it around now. Johnson will give it up to Carpenter, who's been the man so far, 17 points. Carpenter will kick it into Cartwright. Cartwright will kick it back to Carpenter. Carpenter fakes, drives, finger rolls it, won't get it to fall, and Christensen grabs it. Onstad will bring it across the line. He's got Washington to his right, and he'll choose to keep it himself. One-on-one on Carpenter. Onstad drives, and it's going to go against Carpenter. And Brian now has picked up 4 fouls. This is an interesting game because you've got Athletes Palace, who has 5 guys suited tonight, only 5 guys suited, but they have put Orenstein in foul trouble early in this one. With 1:59 remaining in the second quarter, it's 55-50. We got a sub coming in now. Williams will check in now. And Carpenter will have a seat. And Green will go in for Battle. So Battle, who was exciting to watch in the first quarter, unable to get things started here. And both free throws are good at the other end. 19 points now for Onstad. Glenn Washington for Orenstein. He'll take it at about 10 feet. Tried to do a backdoor pass. Taken by Washington. He'll run the floor. Loses it. Now taken away by Williams. Williams comes in with the fake. Goes right and lays it off the glass for 2. Williams with his first 2 in the game. And down will come Athletes Palace. Onstad, one-on-one. Stripped away by Washington, and Washington takes it back from Washington. Now Onstad's in the corner. Onstad takes it up to the free throw line. He'll look to Beeson. Up to Beeson. He'll run it from the right side at about 30 feet. He does a fake. Now drives right, goes up, and off the mark. Well, this game is really turning out to be interesting here. This is the semifinal game of the Howard Pulley Pro-Am Championships.
Third personal foul at the line, shooting 2 will be Brett.
Athletes Palace really has their hands full. Only 5 guys here, as we mentioned again, but a heck of a 5 so far. As we approach the end of the first half here. 5-point lead, and Beeson will make it a 6-point lead. 58-52 now. And Beeson will try to make it, and does. 17 points now for Beeson as he hits 2 at the line. 59-52. Down will come Green. Green will try to kick it into Cartwright. Cartwright at 8. He's the mainstay in the offensive structure. Washington with the big sky rebound. Over Christensen, the 7-footer's back. Here comes Beeson. Nice pass to Winter. And he'll miss the shot, but he'll draw the foul.
That foul from Ken Johnson. That's Ken's second personal. At the line, shooting 2 will be Trevor.
I tell you, they might only have 5 guys here this evening, but you wouldn't know it by the way that this Athletes Palace team has been playing. Great team chemistry so far early in this one by Athletes Palace. The question again, can they maintain that with only 5 guys? He'll hit the first free throw here. Winter has only 6 points in this one. The big towers, as I mentioned earlier in this one, the 2 7-footers, have not combined for very many points early in this one. We'll see what happens down the stretch. Back down the other floor. They'll kick it down. Washington will shoot it for Orenstein. He'll hit the bottom of the backboard and rebound by Winter. And now Onstad will give it to Onstad. Onstad will push it across to Beeson, who will set it up top. Strength to the right side of the floor. Beeson will work it to the left. Winter goes to set the pick, then clears out. And Beeson goes and draws the foul. And Johnson will pick up his third personal foul. Unbelievable. This Orenstein team has been in foul trouble early in this one. And I think it is attributed to the physical play of Athletes Palace. They've really taken the ball to the hole hard. 29 seconds remaining here, and Beeson hits another shot. 61-52. And Beeson hits both of them. 19 points now for Beeson. 62-52, 10-point lead. They put their lead back up. Putting together a run here. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a halftime analysis. And we'll also take a break for sports night and sports breaks across our Midwest radio stations. On the TV side, we'll come back with a couple of interviews, and we'll be back up with the action. Back in the action, no basket. Athletes Palace runs the floor back to the other side. And an acrobatic shot by Williams. And they'll count it. And they'll cut it to an 8-point lead. 62-54. Athletes Palace takes a big 10-3 run in the beginning of the second, and then chisels back is Orenstein, but they go back up by 8 as we end the first half. 62-54. Stay tuned. You're listening to the RSN radio and television networks across our great Midwest stations. We'll be right back.
Is John Helmson in here? John Helmson, are you in here? I got a Howard Pulley t-shirt I want to give away to you. You can come over here at the table and get it. Are you John Helmson? There you go. There you go. Hey, you're welcome. Enjoy your shirt.
What do I got to do to get a t-shirt around here?
Also, I'm giving away another t-shirt here, whichever t-shirt momentarily. Oh, we have another winner. Tommy Conroy. Another lucky winner. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Conroy, for coming up and getting that t-shirt that you won.
You know what? He's lucky he got hit. I mean, I've done some things, you can't always on stages, you know? That's too bad. Hey, let's try that. You tell him, you know what you tell him, dude? You got no reason to that. You never did anything for the guy. That might be nice to get the t-shirt. But tell him seriously, though. Tell him Mr. Hang Loose, because if I call Matt, if I talk to Matt, and Matt says, then you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's gonna be able to like get a call and then come right now. But yeah. Oh, dude, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, what do you say? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Word.
Never got it.
Really?
I don't know if that's right now.
How many? Who's got? Well, we'll hear this and stuff like that. And just, what's up, Don? How you doing, man? Cooling. What's up? Trying to get the announce on, you know. Where you been? You been around?
I was in Chi-Town for 3 years, and then I got back this December and went to Europe, and then now I'm back for the summer. And
Oh yeah, you been playing
out.
ball and shit?
Not really.
No.
I kind of took the summer off here.
I want to get away. One more t-shirt here. Quickly,
Check it out.
Oh yeah, you see Baker lately?
No, I
Listen here.
Really?
You're the
Down Arena
last.
Club.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's working up at East Lake TV.
Is he?
Yeah, on Lake Street. I mean, he does a lot of shit, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But
side shit.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, you should check him out, man. He's up in there at 36 and Lake.
36
Quite a
Lake.
bit, yeah.
I'll stop in there.
Like every night
We
for
were
like.
supposed to hook up, you know how he's always talking, but I'd like to get together and see what's up. Everything going good for you?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you when I get another.
Wait. One more t-shirt. I was told I didn't give away the t-shirt. And I'm
Remember Tom
looking
Conlon?
for the point. Right up there, top row, middle left, the lineup.
Welcome back to action here in beautiful Central Gymnasium in South Minneapolis. 62-54, an 8-point lead for Athletes Palace. We'll see what happens here. Get this, 20-6, the foul discrepancy here for Athletes Palace against Orenstein.
Start of the second half, 62-54.
Drive by Beeson. And a deuce by Beeson, picks up right where he left off. 21 points now for Beeson in this one, and another foul against Orenstein.
West Kellogg, that's West Kellogg's second personal foul at the line, shooting to number 2.
And Kellogg has picked up his second foul, and again, if this is any indication of the second half, we're going to have a lot of guys on the bench. As I mentioned beforehand, 5 people sitting this one out here. Or 5 people is all Athletes Palace has in this game so far. So it's been interesting here, but the fouls have equaled this out quickly. Bucket there, now 64-56. Washington will bring it down the floor. Wide open, Beeson drives and slashes off with the right hand under reverse. And down to run the floor. Nice pass in, and Battle scores. That's what they got to do if they want this team to get going. Battle was explosive in the first quarter with 8 points, and now picks up another deuce. 10 for Battle in this one. Onstad will work the ball down. Fakes left, Carpenter on him. Oh! Pulls it up over Carpenter. Onstad's on fire. 21 points now for Onstad. Carpenter. He'll control the offense. Has Onstad on his heels. Drives right. Goes in and draws the foul off Onstad. Nice move by Carpenter. Kind of a hesitation. Got Onstad backpedaling. Took it hard to the hole. About a 4-footer off the glass. 8:38, 66-58. And they'll try to creep back in this one. Orenstein. Bob Schaefer, Ralford Dixon, and Dave are the officials here this evening.
Both free throws good.
And Carpenter hits 2 of them. 19 now for Carpenter in this one. And now only a 6-point lead. Washington will work it in. Christensen on the box. And the foul's going to go against Glenn Washington. Oh, he's got a sour face. Did not like that one at all. And he now picks up his 4th foul. Washington will inbound it. Christensen gets the double team, recognizes Onstad. Onstad, nice move. And the left-hander. Oh, he cut him in half. It's like butter here, baby. 8:15, Carpenter will set up, wait for his team. One-on-one on Onstad. He gets the pick on the right. Uses it, but then falls off. Carpenter now. Into Cartwright. Back to Carpenter. Carpenter guarded by Washington. Washington gives him the right side, but he kicks it back into Cartwright. And now it's going to go with illegal defense. The first one of the half. They'll inbound it from the side. For those of you watching on television, Orenstein in blue, Athletes Palace in maroon. Special shout out to Jabbar Washington. Of course, Javay being my sister's kid, and Clayton being Jabbar's brother's kid. So little family connection there, and a special shout out to the Washington family. 68-60. Cartwright inbounded to Washington. Washington over to Carpenter. Carpenter from deep, off the mark, and rebound by Beeson. And Brett Beeson will run the floor. He's got the numbers, but he'll hold up. The coach pounding the floor. Wide open is Washington. And it won't drop. Down will come Battle. Battle will push it up to Kellogg's. Kellogg's will pull from 6. Won't get it to Fogg. His own rebound off the mark. Beeson pulls another down. He'll run it. He's got 3-on-3. Fake. Nice pass to Washington. And the reverse won't fall. Washington grabs his own reverse. Oh, rebound grabbed by Washington. It goes up with the left. 14 points now for Washington. Unstoppable. Carpenter now will control it. He'll pull up from 21. Bottom of the net. Carpenter has been instant offense tonight. 21 points now for Carpenter. And Beeson will bring it down. Across the timeline, he'll set up. He'll work it to right. Drive left. Crossover. Tries to draw the foul off. Cartwright won't do it. Nice pass up to Battle. Battle for the deuce. Nice outlet. And now you start to see the signs of Orenstein playing together as a team. Onstad down to Winter. Winter turns around from 6 and hits the 8-footer. He was at a 6-footer, dropped back to 8 with the fadeaway, and now 8 points for Winter. And Carpenter will bring it down and set up the offense. Again from Northern Iowa, and Carpenter uncontested. Goes up against a big guy, 7-foot Christensen, drives and deuces it.
That foul line.
23 points now for Brian Carpenter.
At the line shooting one for the M1 Brian Carpenter.
Some of the Gophers in the house, the Final Four Gophers, Courtney James, Quincy Lewis, Miles Tarver, just a couple of the Gophers in the house here this evening.
28 seconds left in the third quarter.
As well as Tom Conroy, former De La Salle State player.
I think I've been told I got to give away some more t-shirts. Remember, I've got several more t-shirts to give away. And I also give some
72-66, we're in the semifinal game. We'll be right back. We'll take a second for the stations to identify themselves across the RSN radio and television networks. Welcome, Midwest.
All-star jersey.
That's, I mean, you know, if I ever get a shot to do the radio, I know what to do.
You selling popcorn? Can I get a bag? What do I owe you? These guys want some popcorn here? 2 popcorn, please. Geez, you take the money ahead of time.
Welcome back to Central Gymnasium here for the Howard Pulley Pro-Am semifinal game between Orenstein and Athletes Palace.
Don't trust me here.
Sam Williams, the announcer you hear in the background here this evening. 6:28 to go. 72-66. Onstad with the rebound. He'll drive it down the floor. Pull up from 24. Won't hit it. They'll run the other way. Off the mark. Battle gets in there. Check that. That's not Battle. Let me get the number. Carpenter and Kellogg's battling, but can't get it to fall. Washington double teamed up top. Beeson tries to keep it alive. The Christensen saves it before he goes across the line. Winter pulls up from 10, won't get it to fall. Phil Cartwright with it, and now Onstad just fouls Carpenter.
That's foul from Mitch Onstad. That's Mitch's third personal foul.
And Onstad picks up his third foul. Not wise here. They've only got 5, as I mentioned before, for Athletes Palace. 5:58 remaining, 72-66, a 6-point lead for Athletes Palace. For Orenstein, down will come Carpenter. Square up from 19, bottom of the net. He's pumped. He pumps his fists. 25 points now for Carpenter. He cuts it to 4-point lead, and now it's starting to show signs of fatigue for Athletes Palace. Onstad will work it around. Carpenter on him, one-on-one. Taunting him, looking him down. Onstad fakes the 3 into Christensen, and the 7-footer's fouled from 3 feet.
That's foul by Glenn Washington. That's Glenn's 5th personal.
Glenn Washington picks up the foul, and that's his 5th.
Shooting 2 will be Kip Christensen.
And Washington picks up his 5th foul.
Henry Lake, would you please?
And sends Christensen to the line. The big 7-footer will step up and try to drain some, and he misses his first one.
Henry Lake, number 34, Ken Johnson. Henry Lake, please come to the scores table, please, Henry Lake.
6 points for Christensen. As I mentioned, the 7-footers have not been a big factor so far. We'll see what happens in the 4th quarter, though, as they get tired and worn down with only 5. Christensen does hit the second, 7 points, and he extends the lead to 5. Inbound to Carpenter. Carpenter will bring it across the timeline. Onstad on him, drives left, loses him. Dribbles it off his foot, picked up by Onstad into traffic. He'll run it, he's got the numbers, 3 on 1. Washington misses the layup and tipped in by Winter. Oh, Winter had it there. They had the break, and it was off of Washington's hands, slipped out, but nice move by Winter. Back to the other end, Carpenter pulls for 3. Off the mark, Battle goes up to try to get it to tip it in, and it is going to be a foul now. Dixon will call the foul.
That foul on Kip Christensen, that's Kip's 3rd personal foul. 14 foul.
Christensen picks up his 3rd personal foul. It's set them back. Battle will give it to Carpenter up top. He'll fake the drive. He'll pull it up. He'll fake behind the back. Pulls up for the free throw line. Money! What a shot by Carpenter. 27 points for Carpenter. He's unconscious.
That's good by Carpenter.
And I made a mistake earlier when I said the class of 90. Class of 91, Brian Carpenter. And now a technical foul is going to be called. It may be on the announcer.
That technical foul was assessed to Brian Carpenter. Mitch Onstad will be shooting it. He made it. It will be.
We'll try to sort this out. Onstad hits the first free throw. A technical foul has been assessed to Carpenter.
The loser of this game don't go and enjoy summer like
Onstad.
The winner will go on to play tomorrow night.
Onstad hits that free throw, and I'm not sure whether or not that was from the taunting after he hit that. An exciting moment for Carpenter as he drained the free throw. But back to action now. Onstad in the Winter. Winter from 10. He won't hit.
Rebound, Ken Johnson.
Rebound Johnson. Carpenter will run it. He'll hold up. 3-on-3. Drives, and he draws the foul off Onstad. Tough play. Nothing Onstad could do. He had position, but he moved his feet. He didn't stand strong as Carpenter went in and gave him that last push with the upper body. Nice offensive move by Carpenter. Veteran play to draw the foul. Onstad wants to know what happened. 4 fouls now for Onstad. They do not have a bench to go to, so this could get interesting. Carpenter hits another free throw. 28 points now for Carpenter. No, check that. 30 points now for Carpenter. 28? 28 points. My book is wrong, and 29 now for Carpenter. Well, the kid out of Northern Iowa, Minneapolis homegrown, homebred, Carpenter is on fire right now, leading this team back down by 4. But here's Athletes Palace. Jabbar drives left, pulls up from 6, slips to the ground, loses control. And here comes Orenstein. They have the number. Carpenter pulls from deep. He hits it. What a shot by Carpenter. Holy, burn the barn down right now. 32 points for Carpenter. Having visions of playing in a Minneapolis City Conference game. Christensen, Onstad into him. Winter goes up. And Kellogg's is going to foul Winter.
Let's foul with number 23, Wes Kellogg. That's Wes Pierce.
Woo! What a game here.
What a collision.
1 point game, 76-75. Athletes Palace on top. It's been a game of runs, a game of breaks. This is the closest Orenstein has gotten recently to taking control of this game. Is the 5 people starting to wear down Athletes Palace, only having 5. Again, Ryan Young here through the RSN radio network in the Midwest, as well as the simulcast on television. Washington, Onstad into Washington. Washington turns from 6, nice turnaround, air ball. Rebound Johnson. Johnson has the numbers. 3-on-2, pass to Carpenter. Oh, Cartwright. Nice pass to Cartwright. They wanted the dunk, but none. 77-76, and Athletes Palace will take a timeout as Orenstein has crept back in this one, and we'll take one as well. You're listening to the RSN radio network across these great Midwest stations. We'll be right back.
I've still got t-shirts I'm giving away. I got to find somebody will walk over here and get themselves. Hey, I got a picture. Whoa, I'm bigger people. Nice try.
6.5 minutes.
Hang in there, good buddy.
He's pointing. Quick. Come on over here. You want to walk over here, I'll give you a t-shirt. Henry Lake, would you please come to the scores table, please?
I think that fella's going to try to get a shot.
Yeah, we should have been able to get him some riches, too. Maybe give him the whole uniform.
'Welcome back to action. 3:16 here in the third quarter. 77-76. Orenstein is back in this one off a 23-14 run. Fueled by 15 points for Carpenter. Shot off the mat. Mark Byers, that big dunk. Slam a bam, a mama, big baby. 19 points for Cartwright. Oh man, not bigger than that deuce.
Illegal defense.
And illegal defense is the call.
Illegal defense on Ken Johnson.
Oh, 79-76. Those of you on TV, watch this replay. Off the break, down the Cartwright, open for the deuce, and money in the bank. There's the money right there, folks. 79-76, 3-point lead now. 25-14 run by Orenstein. Is fatigue starting to set in for this Athletes Palace team here in the semifinals? Set to inbound. Washington will inbound it. Beeson up top. He'll control it. Run it. Drive. Pulls up from 6. Money for Beeson. 79-78. 23 points for Beeson, and down will come Orenstein. Johnson will give it to Carpenter. Carpenter wants to shoot it. He'll clear him out. Now work it down into Cartwright. Bill Cartwright turns around from 6 off the mark. Kellogg's rebounds, can't get it. And Johnson tries to get it. Big block by Christensen, and they're going to call the foul.
That's foul on Jabbar Washington. That's Jabbar's second personal foul. At the line shooting 2, the big guy, Ken Johnson.
And the foul's on Jabbar Washington.
I
Oh!
don't know why not. You do.
2:22 remaining. First bucket by Johnson is good. That'll give him 3 points on the evening, and that will extend the lead to 2. He'll try to make it 3. And it's 81-78. Orenstein will bring it across the timeline. He'll fake left. He'll drive. Kick it back to Beeson. Beeson will drive. He's got Carpenter. Pulls up from 6. And the roll from Beeson.
81-80 Orenstein Road. We got 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter.
And it's a 1-point lead for Orenstein. Carpenter shakes Orenstein. Pulls up from 12. Check that. 18. And tipped in by Battle.
Is John Helgeson in here? John Helgeson, are you in here? I got a Howard Pulley t-shirt I want to give away to you. You can come over here to the table and get it. Are you John Helgeson? We are. There you go. There you go. Hey, you're welcome. Enjoy your shirt.
What do I got to do to get a t-shirt around here?
Also, we're giving away another t-shirt here, several t-shirts momentarily. Oh, we have another winner. Tommy Conroy. Another lucky winner. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Conroy, for coming and getting that t-shirt that you want.
You know what? He's lucky you got him. I mean, I've done some things, you can't always on stages, you know? You tell him, you know what you tell him, dude? You got no reason to have it. Never did anything for the guy. That might be nice to give him a t-shirt. But tell him seriously though, tell him Mr. Hang Loose, because if I call Matt, if I talk to Matt, and Matt says he wants to have show
Then you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be able to like get a call and then come right now. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, what did he say? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Word.
Never got it.
Really?
I don't know if that's the right number.
How many? Who's got? Well, we'll hear this and stuff like that. And just. Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing, man? Cooling.
What's up?
Trying to get the announce on, you know. Where you been? You been around?
I was in Chi-Town for 3 years, and then I got back this December and went to Europe, and then now I'm back for the summer. And
Oh yeah, you been
hanging
playing
out.
ball and shit?
Not really.
No.
I kind of took the summer off here.
I want to get away. One more t-shirt here. Quickly.
Check it out.
Oh, yeah, you see Baker lately?
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
you're
Really?
the
Down at the Arena Club.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's working up at East Lake TV.
Is he?
Yeah, on Lake Street. I mean, he does a lot of shit, you know.
Okay, yeah.
But
inside shit.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, you should check him out, man. He's up in there at 36 and Lake. Quite a bit, yeah. He's
Stop in there.
like every night
We
for
were
like.
supposed to hook up, you know how he's always talking, but I'd like to get together and see what's up. Everything going good for you?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk to you when I get another
I want to
chance.
give away one more t-shirt. I was told I didn't give away enough t-shirts. And I'm
Remember
looking
Tom
at
Compton?
for the point. Right up there, top row, to the left, the line up.
Welcome back to action here in beautiful Central Gymnasium in South Minneapolis. 62-54, an 8-point lead for Athletes Palace. We'll see what happens here. Get this, 20-6, the foul discrepancy here for Athletes Palace against Orenstein.
Start of the second half, 62-54.
Drive by Beeson. And a deuce by Beeson, picks up right where he left off. 21 points now for Beeson in this one, and another foul against Orenstein.
West Kellogg, that's West Kellogg's second personal foul. At the line, shooting to number 2.
And Kellogg has picked up his second foul. And again, if this is any indication of the second half, we're going to have a lot of guys on the bench. As I mentioned beforehand, 5 people sitting this one out here. Five people is all Athletes Palace has in this game so far. So it's been interesting here, but the fouls have equaled this out quickly. Bucket there, now 64-56. Washington will bring it down the floor. Wide open, Beeson drives and slashes off with the right hand under reverse. And down to run the floor. Nice pass in and Battle scores. That's what they got to do if they want this team to get going. Battle was explosive in the first quarter with 8 points and now picks up another deuce, 10 for Battle in this one. Onstad will work the ball down. Fakes left, Carpenter on him. Oh! Pulls it up over Carpenter. Onstad's on fire. 21 points now for Onstad. Carpenter. He'll control the offense. Has Onstad on his heels. Drives right. Goes in and draws the foul off Onstad. Nice move by Carpenter. Kind of a hesitation. Got Onstad backpedaling. Took it hard to the hole. About a 4-footer off the glass. 8:38, 66-58. And they'll try to creep back in this one. Orenstein. Bob Schaefer, Ralford Dixon, and Dave are the officials here this evening. And Carpenter hits 2 of them. 19 now for Carpenter in this one. And now only a 6-point lead. Washington will work it in. Christensen on the box. And the foul's going to go against Glenn Washington. Oh, he's got a sour face. Did not like that one at all. And he now picks up his 4th foul. Washington will inbound it. Christensen gets the double team, recognizes Onstad. Onstad, nice move. And the left-hander. Oh, he cut him in half. It's like butter here, baby.
Wait for the rest of them now. Wait for the rest of them, Brian.
8:15, Carpenter will set up, wait for his team. One-on-one on Orenstein. He gets the pick on the right. Uses it, but then falls off. Carpenter now. In the Cartwright, back to Carpenter. Carpenter guarded by Washington. Washington gives him the right side, but he kicks it back into Cartwright.
Number 11, Mr. Orenstein.
And now it's going to go with illegal defense. The first one of the half. They'll inbound it from the side. For those of you watching on television, Orenstein in blue, Athletes Palace in maroon. Special shout out to Jabbar Washington. Of course, Javay being my sister's kid, and Clayton being Jabbar's brother's kid. So little family connection there, and a special shout out to the Washington family. 68-60. Cartwright inbounded to Washington. Washington over to the Carpenter. Carpenter from deep, off the mark, and rebound by Beeson. And Brett Beeson will run the floor. He's got the numbers, but he'll hold up. The coach pounding the floor. Wide open is Washington. And it won't drop. Down will come Battle. Battle will push it up to Kellogg's. Kellogg's will pull from 6. Won't get it to fall. His own rebound off the mark. Beeson pulls another down. He'll run it. He's got 3-on-3. Fake. Nice pass to Washington. And the reverse won't fall. Washington grabs his own reverse. Oh, rebound grabbed by Washington. It goes up with the left. 14 points now for Washington. Unstoppable. Carpenter now will control it. He'll pull up from 21. Bottom of the net. Carpenter has been instant offense tonight. 21 points now for Carpenter. And Beeson will bring it down. Across the timeline, he'll set up. He'll work it to right. Drive left. Crossover. Tries to try to foul off. Cartwright won't do it. Nice pass up the Battle. Battle for the deuce. Nice outlet. And now you start to see the signs of Orenstein playing together as a team. Onstad down to Winter. Winter turns around from 6 and hits the 8-footer. He was at a 6-footer, dropped back to 8 with the fadeaway, and now 8 points for Winter. And Carpenter will bring it down and set up the offense. Again from Northern Iowa, and Carpenter uncontested. Goes up against a big guy, 7-foot Christensen, drives and deuces it.
That foul time.
23 points now for Brian Carpenter.
At the line shooting the one for the N1, Brian Carpenter.
Some of the Gophers in the house, the Final Four Gophers, Courtney James, Quincy Lewis, Miles Tarver, just a couple of the Gophers in the house here this evening.
28 seconds left in the third quarter.
As well as Tom Conroy, former De La Salle State player.
I think I've been told I got to give away some more t-shirts. Remember, I've got several more t-shirts to give away. And I also give some
72-66, we're in the semifinal game. We'll be right back. We'll take a second for the stations to identify themselves across the RSN radio and television networks. Welcome, Midwest.
All-star jersey.
That's, I mean, you know,
Hey,
if I ever get a
excuse
shot
me.
to do the radio, I'll know what to do.
You selling popcorn? Can I get a bag? What do I owe you? These guys want some popcorn here? 2 popcorn, please. Geez, you take the money ahead of time.
Welcome back to Central Gymnasium here for the Howard Pulley Pro-Am semifinal game between Orenstein and Athletes Palace.
Don't trust me here. I'm just teasing.
Sam Williams, the announcer you hear in the background here this evening. 6:28 to go. 72-66. Onstad with the rebound. He'll drive it down the floor. Pull up from 24. Won't hit it. They'll run the other way. Off the mark. Battle gets in there. Check that. That's not Battle. Let me get the number. Carpenter and Kellogg's battling, but can't get it to fall. Washington double teamed up top. Beeson tries to keep it alive. The Christensen saves it before he goes across the line. Winter pulls up from 10, won't get it to fall. Phil Cartwright with it, and now Orenstein just fouls Carpenter.
That's foul from Mitch Orenstein. That's Mitch's third personal foul.
And Orenstein picks up his third foul. Not wise here. They've only got 5, as I mentioned before, for Athletes Palace. 5:58 remaining, 72-66, a 6-point lead for Athletes Palace. For Orenstein, down will come Carpenter. Square up from 19, bottom of the net. He's pumped. He pumps his fists. 25 points now for Carpenter. He cuts it to 4-point lead, and now it's starting to show signs of fatigue for Athletes Palace. Orenstein will work it around. Carpenter on him, one-on-one. Taunting him, looking him down. Orenstein fakes the 3 into Christensen, and the 7-footer's fouled from 3 feet.
That's foul by Glenn Washington. That's Glenn's 5th personal.
Glenn Washington picks up the foul, and that's his 5th.
Shooting 2 will be Kip Christensen.
And Washington picks up his 5th foul.
Henry Lake, would you please?
And sends Christensen to the line. The big 7-footer will step up and try to drain some, and he misses his first one.
Entering the game, number 34, Ken Johnson. Henry Lake, please come to the scores table, please, Henry Lake.
6 points for Christensen. As I mentioned, the 7-footers have not been a big factor so far. We'll see what happens in the 4th quarter, though, as they get tired and worn down with only 5. Christensen does hit the second, 7 points, and he extends the lead to 5. Inbound to Carpenter. Carpenter will bring it across the timeline. Orenstein on him, drives left, loses him. Dribbles it off his foot, picked up by Orenstein into traffic. He'll run it, he's got the numbers, 3 on 1. Washington misses the layup and tipped in by Winter. Oh, Winter had it there. They had the break, and it was off of Washington's hands, slipped out, but nice move by Winter. Back to the other end, Carpenter pulls for 3. Off the mark, Battle goes up to try to get it to tip it in, and it is going to be a foul now. Dixon will call the foul.
That foul on Kip Christensen. That's Kip's 3rd personal foul. 14 foul.
Christensen picks up his 3rd personal foul. It's at them band. Battle will give it to Carpenter up top. He'll fake the drive. He'll pull it up. He'll fake behind the back. Pulls up for the free throw line. Money! What a shot by Carpenter. 27 points for Carpenter. He's unconscious.
That's good by Carpenter.
And I made a mistake earlier when I said the class of 90. Class of 91, Brian Carpenter. And now a technical foul is going to be called. It may be on the announcer.
That technical foul was assessed to Brian Carpenter. Mitch Orenstein will be shooting it. He made it. It will be.
We'll try to sort this out. Orenstein hits the first free throw. A technical foul has been assessed to Carpenter.
The loser of this game goes home and enjoys summer like
Orenstein.
The winner will go on to play tomorrow night.
Orenstein hits that free throw, and I'm not sure whether or not that was from the taunting after he hit that. An exciting moment for Carpenter as he drained the free throw. But back to action now. Orenstein in the winner. Winner from 10. He won't hit.
Rebound, Ken Johnson.
Rebound Johnson. Carpenter will run it. He'll hold up. 3-on-3. Drives, and he draws the foul off Orenstein. Tough play. Nothing Orenstein could do. He had position, but he moved his feet. He didn't stand strong as Carpenter went in and gave him that last push with the upper body. Nice offensive move by Carpenter. Veteran play to draw the foul. Orenstein wants to know what happened. 4 fouls now for Orenstein. They do not have a bench to go to, so this could get interesting. Carpenter hits another free throw. 28 points now for Carpenter. No, check that. 30 points now for Carpenter. 28? 28 points. My book is wrong, and 29 now for Carpenter. Well, the kid out of Northern Iowa, Minneapolis homegrown, homebred, Carpenter is on fire right now, leading this team back down by 4. But here's Athletes Palace. Jabbar drives left, pulls up from 6, slips to the ground, loses control. And here comes Orenstein. They have the number. Carpenter pulls from deep. He hits it. What a shot by Carpenter. Holy, burn the barn down right now. 32 points for Carpenter. Having visions of playing in the Minneapolis City Conference game. Christensen, Onstad into him. Winter goes up. And Kellogg's is going to foul Winter.
Let's foul the number 23, Wes Kellogg. That's Wes Pierce.
Woo! What a game here.
What a collision.
1 point game, 76-75. Athletes Palace on top. It's been a game of runs, a game of breaks. This is the closest Orenstein has gotten recently to taking control of this game. Is the 5 people starting to wear down Athletes Palace, only having 5. Again, Ryan Young here through the RSN radio network in the Midwest, as well as the simulcast on television. Washington, Onstad into Washington. Washington turns from 6, nice turnaround, air ball. Rebound Johnson. Johnson has the numbers. 3-on-2, pass to Carpenter. Oh, Cartwright. Nice pass to Cartwright. They wanted the dunk, but none. 77-76, and Athletes Palace will take a timeout as Orenstein has crept back in this one, and we'll take one as well. You're listening to the RSN radio network across these great Midwest stations. We'll be right back.
I'm still got t-shirts I'm giving away. I got to find somebody. Anybody will walk over here and get themselves. Hey, I got a pick now. Whoa, I'm bigger people. Nice try.
6.5 minutes.
Hang in there, good buddy.
He's pointing. Quick. Come on over here. You want to walk over here, I'll give you a t-shirt. Henry Lake, would you please come to the scores table, please?
I think that fella's going to try to get a shot.
Yeah, we should have been able to get him some riches, too. Get 8 pounds. Maybe give him the whole uniform.
2. Welcome back to action. 3:16 here in the third quarter. 77-76. Orenstein is back in this one off a 23-14 run. Fueled by 15 points for Carpenter. Shot off the mat. Mark Byers, that big dunk. Slam a bam, a mama, big baby. 19 points for Cartwright. Oh man, not bigger than that deuce.
Illegal defense.
Any illegal defense is the call.
Illegal defense on Ken Johnson.
Oh, 79-76. Those of you on TV, watch this replay. Off the break, down the Cartwright, open for the deuce, and money in the bank. There's the money right there, folks. 79-76, 3-point lead now. 25-14 run by Orenstein. Is fatigue starting to set in for this Athletes Palace team here in the semifinals? Set to inbound. Washington will inbound it. Beeson up top. He'll control it. Run it. Drive. Pulls up from 6. Money for Beeson. 79-78. 23 points for Beeson, and down will come Orenstein. Johnson will give it to Carpenter. Carpenter wants to shoot it. He'll clear him out. Now work it down into Cartwright. Phil Cartwright turns around from 6 off the mark. Kellogg's rebounds, can't get it. And Johnson tries to get it. Big block by Christensen, and they're going to call the foul.
That's foul from Jabbar Washington. That's Jabbar's second personal foul. At the line shooting 2, the big guy, Ken Johnson.
And the foul's on Jabbar Washington. Oh!
I don't know why not. You do.
2:22 remaining. First bucket by Johnson is good. That'll give him 3 points on the evening, and that will extend the lead to 2. He'll try to make it 3. And it's 81-78. Onstad will bring it across the timeline. He'll fake left. He'll drive, kick it back to Beeson. Beeson will drive. He's got Carpenter, pulls up from 6, and the roll from Beeson.
81-80, Orenstein Road. We got 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in the third quarter.
And it's a 1-point lead for Orenstein. Carpenter shakes Onstad, pulls up from 12. Check that, 18. And tipped in by Battle. And this Orenstein team is not going to relinquish the lead, 83-80. 14 points now for Battle. Onstad in the corner, nice fake move into Christensen, the big guy. No foul called on the drive. Down will come Carpenter. He's got the numbers, pulls up from the free throw line. Bottom of the net. Holy cow, he's on fire. 34 points for Carpenter in this one, not bigger than that one. 5-point lead for Orenstein. 17 now in the corner for Carpenter. Onstad will work it. He'll try to get Beeson involved. Beeson in the corner. He'll pull from 3. Partial block. Rebound Johnson. Johnson with the kick. And the left-hander by Kellogg's. Oh! 87-80, a 7-point lead. Down will come Onstad. He needs some offense. He'll give it to Washington. Washington will feed it into the big guy, Christensen. Blocked by Cartwright. And the big guys down low have not been able to get it started yet. Washington set the inbound down low. He'll give it to Winter. We have not called his name much, but Winter has been out there. Trevor Winter from the Gophers, graduating last year, Final Four. Washington pulls up from 8, off the mark. Rebound Cartwright. He'll kick it to Carpenter. He does not have the numbers. 1-on-2. He'll pull it back and reset it. And he'll wait for the rest of his team to come down. Now Carpenter clearing out the middle. He'll drive left. Pick set by Cartwright. He won't use it. Give it to Kellogg's. Kellogg's drives. Off the mark, gets his own rebound, blocked by Washington, taken away by Beeson. 13 seconds on the clock. Beeson will run the floor. Beeson wide open. Nice look to Washington. For the deuce, 87-82. And down, right back the other way. Left-hander off the mark. Christensen, Onstad, he'll shoot it for 3. Good if it goes. No good. Oh, and at the end of the third quarter, 87-82, Orenstein is back on top for the first time in this game off a great run and 17 points for Carpenter in this quarter alone. Stay tuned to this radio network. You're listening to RSN across great Midwestern states. We'll be right back.
Right here in Central Gym.
Radio is different than TV, though, you know what I mean? I think it's more exciting.
I didn't see that. I saw it.
I can't believe these guys have any strength left. If you can. Yeah, just whatever. Welcome back to Central Gymnasium. Ryan Young here doing the radio broadcast through our Midwest stations and the RSN radio network, as well as television coverage provided here in the metro area. This is a semifinal game with the winner advancing to the finals on Wednesday night against KMOJ. Here we are, 9:48 remaining in the game, 87-82, a 5-point lead, fueled by an explosive quarter by Carpenter with 17 points in that quarter alone. Orenstein has taken the lead for the first time in the game. There's only 5 guys for Athletes Palace. 2 of them are 7 foot. The 7-footers have not combined for more than 20 points. But the fouls have gone the other way. You would think it would be foul trouble for Athletes Palace. Instead, it's 25 fouls for Orenstein. So a lot of guys in trouble here coming down the stretch. But Athletes Palace looking to chisel back in this one. They'll need that leadership of guys like Jabbar Washington. That North High flavor. 5 points. And the second shot by Kellogg's is good. 88-82, a 6-point game. Onstad pulls for three. Good if it goes. Off the mark. Beeson out-battled by Kellogg, but Christensen keeps it alive. Onstad drives on Carpenter, pulls up, off the mark, won't get it to fall. Cartwright, he's got the numbers. 3-on-1, Beeson takes it away. 3-on-1, Beeson runs it, he's got the numbers. And the deuce the other way, 90-82. Almost lost the larynx there. The Frogs are in the throat this evening. We're excited. Washington up top, trying to chisel back at this lead. Wide open. Nice hesitation on the jump by Battle. He blocks it. Carpenter all alone for the dunk. The deuce for Carpenter. Oh my goodness, what a swing in this game. The numbers are starting to outweigh them now here. 92-82, a 10-point lead now by Orenstein. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Is that what the last pass?
Here's the numbers for Orenstein. Carpenter with 36, Cartwright with 19, Battle with 14, Smith with 4, Williams with 4, Washington with 2, that's Glenn Washington, Kellogg with 6, and Johnson with 4. For the Maroon, being Athletes Palace, Beeson with 25, Onstad with 24, Jabbar Washington with 16, Winter with 10, and Christensen for 7. Again, only 5 guys for the Maroon team. Amazing that the 7-footers have only combined for 17 points in this one. My gut feeling is if they want to get back in this, they're going to have to take it to the Twin Towers down low. We'll see what happens. That's why I'm an announcer and I'm not the coach. 92-82, 10-point lead, 8:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is the semifinals. The winners will advance and play the mainstay in the championships, which is KMOJ on Wednesday night. We're here at Central Gym. Ryan Young in South Minneapolis. The voice of Sam Williams fills the air in the background as we've got a gymnasium full of about 150 to 200 people here. Winter, he'll have the ball. He'll work in, battling down low. Shot off the mark by 6, off the back of the iron. Here comes Kellogg's, and he'll wait and set it up. He'll give it to Carpenter. Carpenter's the man in here. Shot off by Phil. Rebound, Beeson. Down will come Beeson. He'll run the floor. Beeson looks to Washington. Washington tips it up, hits it off the backboard, and here they come. Kellogg's hesitates, pulls in from 4, off the mark. And Johnson gets the deuce off the miss. 6 points now for Johnson. 12-point lead, and you feel this one slipping away from Athletes Palace. Winter, he has it on 6. He's got to take Cartwright. And he does! Oh, and a 3-second call. Are they going to get the clearing? Fouls call in the middle. Check that 3-second. No 3 seconds. It's going to be an illegal defense call.
I'm looking for the call. I'm as puzzled as you are. Illegal defense.
And it is going to be the illegal defense, and that will put Onstad at the line shooting for the illegal defense.
At the line shooting it.
They've finally done what they need to do. Athlete Palace got the ball in the hands of the big man, the Final Four finalist, Trevor Winter. But he was unable to finish that.
94-83.
The first point now as he hits the free throw in 2.5 minutes in this one. Washington set to inbound it. He'll give it to Beeson up top. Beeson on Kellogg's. He'll drive. Nice hesitation in the left. Oh, he won't get it to fall. Here comes Battle all alone. And he's fouled hard and hits the deck. Oh, he crashes to the floor hard on that one.
That is a flagrant penalty foul.
And they're going to give a flagrant penalty on Trevor Winter.
Okay, he's getting up.
That's going to go against Winter as a flagrant penalty. Questionable call.
At the line shooting.
Both guys went up strong in an attempt. Trevor Winter went to block the shot.
At the line shooting will be engaged.
But nevertheless, the great referees will control this one.
That's Trevor Winter's second personal foul.
So stepping to the line will be Battle.
At the line, Terrell Battle.
Battle has 16 points. He'll try to make it 17 and increase the lead, and he does at 12.
Free throw good.
And Battle will hit the second one, and now a 13-point lead. Statman John Erickson commenting about the lack of subs for Athletes Palace.
96-80.
Special shout-outs to Travis Ford working the camera for the RSN television network. Hang in there, Trav, with your bum shoulder. Carpenter up top. Carpenter will work it. Pulls up just inside the three-point arc and drains it and gives a look to the bench with the ear sign. 38 points for Carpenter. My goodness, will somebody shut the lights out? Onstad, and he gets it to drop. And 98-85. 27 for Onstad. He's equal. Carpenter. Carpenter from deep. Oh, shot off the mark. Here comes Beeson. Beeson, nice move between the legs to get the ball and then has it taken away. Here comes Battle. Oh, off Kellogg's. Oh, he had him. He had the angle. Not even a triangle or geometric shape could have made it through that angle. Nice angle, but he can't slip it through. Off of Kellogg's, and down will come Washington. Washington wide open with the drive. And Washington can't get it to fall. I tell you, it's been tough for Washington down the stretch.
Number 1, Jabbar Washington. 6:33 left in the game.
This game is far from over if you're just tuning in.
85.
We're going to take a quick break for our stations to identify themselves across the RSN radio and television networks.
If we keep playing.
First free throw.
And back to action. 98-86. 17 now for Washington as he hits 1 and 2. We'd like to welcome the new station in the radio network, KGGE in South Dakota. Welcome aboard to our radio network. Just into this one. Rebound. Christensen will give it to Washington. Washington does not have the numbers, but he'll take it up strong. He gets it at the deuce. What a shot by Washington. Oh, man, what a play.
Fourth personal foul.
Christensen with the big rebound. He kicked it to Washington. Washington with the little head fake left. Takes it right underneath the arms of the big guy. Slashing. And lays it off the board and draws the foul. 98-88. 10-point lead. Washington will try to make it 9. And he does. 20 points now for Washington. And a timeout for Orenstein.
I got 6:10 left in the ball game. Orenstein Rose 98. The Palace 89.
Orenstein will take a timeout and talk things over, and we're going to take a timeout as well. You're watching RSN on television as well as listening to the RSN radio network throughout the Midwest. Welcome. We'll be right back.
No, for some reason, sir.
Hang in there, everybody, with the bum shoulder. Hey, Trav, did you hear the ref? He was like, when I said take a timeout for stations to identify themselves, he's like, well, can we keep playing? The ref was like, can we keep playing?
Did you hear him? He's wondering who the hell is this guy? Timeout for the
Welcome back to action here at Central Gymnasium. Ryan Young for the final 6 minutes, 5 seconds. 98-89, 9-point lead, and Carpenter slashes for a deuce. 40 points now for Carpenter. He's hitting the over-the-hill mark. And Beeson equals it with the deuce. 100 now, the century mark hit by Orenstein. 191 off of Beeson's deuce. They have not been able to get within 9 recently. Carpenter drives, kicks it back out. Wide open, shot off the mark by Kellogg's. But Johnson gets the tip. 8 points for Johnson. Down comes Onstad. He'll give it to Beeson. Beeson on Kellogg's. Drive, shot off the mark. Oh! And Carpenter tries to save it. Check that. Cartwright tries to save it. Out of bounds. And they're going to inbound it under the bar. Jabbar Washington inbound for Athletes Palace. Athletes Palace stolen and out of bounds. Uh-oh. Kellogg's had it there. He was looking to Carpenter. For a 6-footer, you should see Carpenter get up and start hanging on the rims. Jungle Gym time. Beeson will get the inbound from Washington. He'll set it up, motion offense. He'll clear out the side. Winter will set the pick on the right. Now clears the pick. Beeson works back, right, left from 10. Turn around, no good. Cartwright pulls it down. Down will come Orenstein. Carpenter sees him wide open. He'll kick it to Battle. Battle thought about it and pulls back. Washington raises the eyebrows, challenges him. Carpenter, nice move, Carpenter, give and go from the big guy, Cartwright. 42 points for Carpenter. Will somebody break out the fire hydrants? Cool this guy off. 104-91. Washington into the big guy, Christensen, the 7-footer. Beeson off his leg, tries to grab it back, in through 3 guys. Christensen's there for the deuce.
That's passed by Jim Christensen. That technical foul.
And the basket's good, and a technical foul called.
Hey, let's play a good game.
9 points now for Christensen off that last bucket.
The technical foul is on Red Beeson.
And a technical foul has been assessed.
Brian Carpenter's shot.
I missed that one. I was lounging in the lawn chair, and I missed it.
I do believe
4:18 remaining, 104-93. Orenstein in blue for those of you watching on our television networks. In the maroon is the Athletes Palace. In will come the ball.
104-93, 450.
Johnson will give it to Carpenter across the timeline on the left. He's got Cartwright on the right. Cartwright gets it, looks for the give and go, turns around from 8, off the mark. Beeson and Christensen battle. Carpenter pulls it away, shot off from 8. And now a foul called. And a foul's going to go against Phil. Mr. Cartwright, not Bill from the Bulls, but Phil Cartwright
3:58 left in the game.
is going to pick up the foul. It sure has switched here. The last few minutes, it has switched here, the tempo. Trying to get back in. Cartwright from Spain. Kick it into Christensen from Jabbar. And there goes the big guy, Christensen. We said they needed to get it going, and they do. 104-95, a 9-point lead. They can't break that 9-point hump, though. Here comes Orenstein. Carpenter will cross the timeline. Drives, penetrates, pulls up from 4. Off the mark, tip in. And that was Battle with the tip. And Battle gets the deuce. Orenstein on top. Onstad loses the ball. Here comes Carpenter pushing it. He seems to be getting more energy as it goes. Nice dish, backdoor in there to Cartwright. And Cartwright scores another deuce. 21 points now, and that's going to force a timeout. 108-95, we'll take a timeout as well here across our great Midwest stations. You're listening to the RSN Radio Network as well as watching the RSN Television Network. Stay tuned, we'll be right back with the finale of this exciting semifinals championship game from the Howard Pulley 1997 Pro-Am Games.
You gotta find somebody. Well, you gotta be okay.
still in it, but they better do something now.
It'll be the Palace ball, and anyone would like to try to have a little pick here. Put your hand on everything you may want in this thing. This uniform here.
Welcome back to action. 3:02 here from Central Gymnasium. 108.95. Athletes Palace will try to make their last push. Speaking of pushes, down low, there's a push. That's going to go against, is it Williams?
That foul's on Kim.
Check that. That's Johnson with the foul.
Fifth personal foul.
Johnson now has 5 fouls. Early in this one, there was a 20-6 discrepancy in fouls in Athletes Palace's favor, but they haven't been able to take advantage of that in the second half. Only 5 guys for Athletes Palace, and they're getting worn down. They got the big guy, Trevor Winter, down low, who's playing for Utah in their little mini camps, trying to make the Utah squad earlier this year, but they have not been able to chisel away. Inbound pass, tries to go over the top, stolen by Kellogg's. He'll run, 2-on-1, back to Carpenter, and Carpenter with the deuce. 44 points. Can I get some aspirin? I need some voice medicine. Washington drives, has it tipped away from behind by Battle, gets it underneath, goes up strong for the deuce. 110-97 now. Orenstein on top. 22 points for Washington. Carpenter will cross the timeline. He'll set up the O. Not a lot of movement down low. Carpenter loses it. Keeps it across the timeline, though. Pulling from 27. Oh, my goodness! Can I get a hell yeah? Nice shot. 11 points now for Johnson. None bigger than that 3. The nail in the coffin. Washington with the deuce. 113-99 now. 24 points now for Washington. Carpenter, nice pass underneath. And a push by Washington. Nothing he could do there. They were beat. Washington had to push him. He'll stop the clock at 1:41.
Check, please. That's Jabbar's 4th personal foul. At the line, shooting. No penalty, no shooting.
Well, this one's about over. 113-99. We haven't seen a lot of three-point explosion. We haven't seen a lot of three-point explosion so far from this Athletes Palace. Check, please. Can we get our final check here? This one may be over. 141 remaining. 113-99. Set to inbound. In will go Johnson. He'll give it to Carpenter. He'll drive, pull back. Beeson on him. Beeson tight D. Carpenter with his quickness drives. And draws a foul. With the push.
Third personal foul.
Third foul against Beeson. He had no choice there.
Will be Brian Carpenter.
Well, this will be the last game. We'll see Jabbar Washington here before he heads out to Cal Poly to play in California.
Free throw good by Carpenter.
Heck of a game for him, though. Carpenter now hits 45, the other highlight of the City Conference here this evening. 45 points, can you believe it? 46 now, can I get a witness? 115-99, this one all but over. Athletes Palace will have to do something here. Let's see if they pull from some threes. Washington tries to go one-on-one. He'll take Battle, get him in the box. Big block. Johnson throws him down. Wide open and a bam! Holy whamma, bamma, mom, I'm home. Oh, Kellogg's with the dunk.
99 left in the game.
Oh my goodness, 117-99. Shot off the mark by Washington. Beeson will shoot from 30, off the mark. And here comes Johnson. Johnson will kick it down to Battle. Battle will pull up just inside of 17. And now picked up by Kellogg's in this one. They're going to just get lackadaisical now, and Athletes Palace is going to sit on this one. 117-99. Will they break the 100 mark? Beeson wide open from 15. 117-101, 33 seconds. This one's over, folks. An exciting comeback by by Orenstein. Come from behind to advance to the finals. And Carpenter with the dunk.
Orenstein, 119.
48 points for Carpenter. Not bigger than that dunk. Let's take another look. Ooh la la, give me a lollipop. They'll start the clock, 119, 101. KMOJ will have the Orenstein team. Oh my goodness. Carpenter, 50 points for Carpenter. 50 points. Oh my goodness. And he's showing the crowd. 50 points. 121 to 101. Brian Carpenter has scored 50 points in this one. Unbelievable.
121, the battle is Thank you all for coming out. It's courtesy of the Howard Pulley Pro-Am Summer League.
We'll be right back with the final comment and the final wrap here from the Howard Pulley Pro-Am All-Star from the semifinal games here at Central Gymnasium. Stay tuned. We'll be right back to these RSN networks.
KMOJ. 845 right here. Tomorrow night, 845. What we didn't play. Oh, Mr. Pulley. Huh?
Yeah. Or just shoot us from there, Trav. Right here, Brian.
This yours?
Just right there. That's good. You can get it. Yeah, that's ours. Thank you.
Thank you. And I predict you with that. All right. And a half a yard.
Welcome back to Central. Okay. Remember the cameraman up there? Probably about 5. Probably about 6 tomorrow. 6:30.
Yeah, we don't need. You don't need as much time.
Well, no. We don't have to do the interviews with Renee tomorrow, so.
Yeah. Let me know because we don't usually get in here at 6:30.
Oh, really?
We want to get in here early. 6:30.
More sleep for me.
It's up to you because you gotta let me know tonight so I know what time.
6:30. I'll let you know before I leave. Are you going to be here for a few minutes?
I gotta close it up.
Okay. Hey, don't shut the lights down yet. Okay, ready? All right, let's try this again now. Check your back focus.
I am doing all that.
All right.
You got home by 11.
Ready?
No, we tried.
You got that 50.
After a while,
You got that 50 what?
50 points.
50
Ready?
points and 100.
Welcome back to RSN radio networks as well as television networks here. Now standing here with the player of the game, Brian Carpenter. 50 points tonight, an exceptional night for you guys. Talk about the victory and now meeting KMOJ.
First of all, I'd just like to thank God who's ahead of my life, giving us this victory. It was a hard-fought game. They came out really strong in the first half, had us down quite a bit. We just got into a dogfight right off the bat. We knew it was going to be that way coming out. They played really strong, but believe in the second half, we started to put together as a team, caught back, got the score even, and after that, things started to turn. We only had 5 players, we were getting to wear into them. Started pressuring a little bit more on D, not fouling as much, and things just started turning in our favor. So it was a hard-fought battle.
At what point in the game did you say, you had a 26, they had a 20-6 foul advantage, they had 5 guys down the bench. At what point did you feel that the game was coming back in your control?
Well, I think there's a stretch down in the game where we took a lead and we just everybody just stopped griping about all the fouls that we felt we weren't getting, and we just started playing harder. We started playing tough. We started concentrating a lot more on our shots, on our defense. West did a great job on the boards for us. Everybody started crashing the boards. I think that's where he's really getting beat in the first half, on the boards. They were killing us. And we finally got together on the rebounds, and that enabled us to get a lot more fast breaks going in our favor, start pushing the ball a lot more, and that wore them down in the end. The game just kind of started opening up for us, and everybody started getting to the floor of the game. Everybody started hitting shots, and we just started playing together as a team. Everything just came together real well.
Okay, now you were down in Northern Iowa. Are you done there now, or you still have a year left?
Yep, I'm currently finished up at University of Northern Iowa here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with my wife, Michelle Carpenter. Just recently got married June 14th. I'm a very happy man. Right now, I got an agent. I'm just trying to find somewhere to play overseas. And just if things don't go right overseas, I got my degree in business. I'm going to be pursuing a career in the business field.
Okay, with 50 points here, a lot of people will remember Brian from Washburn. Talk a little bit about now. Are you still connected with the Washburn program? I know that there's your blood now. Your father was a great basketball player too. I mean, you're going to have a young kid coming up playing some ball too? Or?
Oh, you bet. I'm definitely going to have quite a few shorties coming up pretty soon here. I don't know. My wife wants to, have kids right away, but give a couple years, But, yeah, I'm definitely going to have some kids coming up into the Washburn program, or, we don't know where they're going to actually go to school. But Washburn's my alma mater. Lance Burwald, their head coach, he went to Washburn. Russell Smith on our team went to Washburn. That's my school, and Washburn has always been, my favorite high school, and I always stick behind them. My younger brother, Akeem, you probably remember Akeem Carpenter went there.
I was just going to ask you about how he's doing and what's going on with Akeem.
I don't know where Akeem's up to right now, but I just pray to God he's doing well.
Okay.
I'm sure he's doing well.
Okay, well, Tudo Ford behind the camera there. You probably don't remember me, but I played in the South High team, 89, when we went to state, as well as the 90. Of course, I was riding a bench. Never got an opportunity to do any crossovers on you. But great night tonight for Brian here locally in Minneapolis, Central Gym. Never got to play here in high school, but you came up with 50 points tonight. Was it the rim, the size of the world, or what were you feeling when you got 50 tonight?
I was just feeling great. I was mostly just concentrating on the win. A lot of things happened in that ball game. It really got me fired up, and I just started concentrating a little more. And I guess that's good. It shouldn't take that to get you fired up. But that's the game of basketball. Certain things get you fired up in a ball game, just really make you concentrate a little bit more, see how bad you really want to win the game. And I guess it came out tonight. And once again, I just thank God and want to say what's up to all the Carpenter family out there. What's up?
Thank you, Brian, and congratulations on the Player of the Game honors. 50 points tomorrow for Brian Carpenter. We've got to get going now because our radio networks want us to sign off. We can get you to say something in just a second here as we say goodbye to everybody out there. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to the Pro-Am Championships tonight in the semifinal games here. The finals right around the corner as KMOJ will go against Orenstein. It's going to be a great game here on Wednesday night, so stay tuned. One final comment before you go from a kid here.
KMOJ is going to wish they were never born.
All right, T Ford.
Thank you for tuning in. For Ryan Young, Travis Ford, and John Erickson, the cast and crew and all the affiliates across the Midwest for radio as well as television, thank you for joining us this evening. We'll see you again at the Pro-Am Leagues here in central Minneapolis.
My brother, my dad.
I don't want to see it till tomorrow.
I know they do. Well, go up there and help keep that equipment down so they're not taking it down.
And my